Hey guys, Mubarak here of Penny Stock. Hope you're doing well. In this episode, I'm going to cover a very popular topic right now, and that is cannabis stocks. Okay? Cannabis stocks, what are they? Why are they popular? I'm going to give you the entire A to Z of what's going on in the industry right now. All right? And so, even though it has shady beginnings and it's always had some issues in terms of being scheduled out, in terms of being federally illegal, now on a state level, if you haven't been living under a rock, you can see that cannabis is being legalized in different stages across the United States. And that means that there is a massive market for companies that are involved in the industry. Okay, so public companies are getting involved in the stock market, and they're propelling and honestly creating billionaires for the CEOs and the management teams of these companies as they go public. And so in this video, I want to talk about, how you can get involved, what the importance of cannabis stocks are, what the industry is in general. So think of this as like a cannabis stocks primer, to go over everything, the A to Z of it. All right. So first, I just want to get started with kind of helping you understand the breakdown of how to look at these companies in general. Okay. So first of all, if you take a look at the screen, you can see this is Barchart.com. There's certain sectors it's broken into, and honestly, there's not a insane amount of companies in here, right? You can see this is probably 50 companies, or honestly less, like maybe 20, 30 companies. Okay, so even though it might seem intimidating, the best thing I liked about the cannabis sector is, I'm actually a VP of finance in a private industry, private company called Hemper that does and is involved in the cannabis industry, but it's not, the actual flower. Okay. So, that's how I have direct exposure to it. And so it's not like I'm in a public company, but I'm been able to see how the industry works. And that gives me a significant edge because I understand the markets. I understand, which companies are in trouble, which companies are doing well, which companies, how are they navigating, right? So it's important to understand that first of all, the cannabis stocks will relate to a few different sectors of the companies in general. Okay, so you're going to have your growers, right? Companies like Canopy Growth Corp. These are the people that are actually growing the actual flower itself. Okay, and then you're going to have ancillary kind of biotech companies that are part of the industry, kind of like Gw Pharma, right? And then you have your companies that are like ancillary products. So they're not directly going into and discussing the, dealing with the industry, not with the industry, but with the flower, but everything else around that, right? So the important thing to know about these stocks is that it is still federally illegal, right? So it's fine to trade, right? Because these stocks that you see here, they're actually trading on a different market, okay? So the stock exchange, of course, has a variety of different markets, okay? And so CGC, a couple of these companies, a lot of them are based in Canada, and then they also did another public offering in the United States. So, Canopy Growth is one of the largest ones, and so you can see it's actually listed on the New York Stock Exchange. But a lot of the other ones you take a look at will end up being listed on the OTC markets, right? So let's take a look at Kush bottles. You see, it's about 129 right now. You can see if you go in the 5-year, it seems like there was a part just actually in the last year or so where it was doing pretty high, but now it's at an all-time low. Okay, and that's actually something I want to bring attention to is that people are thinking that there's a lot of opportunity in the cannabis sector, and even though there's a lot of volatility, right? That means a lot of change, a lot of up and downs, a lot of spikes and peaks that are going on. That doesn't necessarily mean that now is the right time to trade these stocks. Okay, I would still be very skeptical of the industry as a whole as it's evolving, right? Even though I do believe that every day we're moving closer to another state being legalized. And so if you look at the market as a whole, there's a large chance that the market cap, right, the amount of consumers that these guys can sell to will continue to increase. Okay, so they're going to get more and more customers. So let's see here. I just want to kind of show you guys a little breakout into the different stocks that are involved here, okay? And if you really want to dive deeper into understanding this specific industry, I definitely recommend checking out newcannabisventures.com, okay? I'm not affiliated with them in any way, but it is, you know, because I'm in the industry, it's an app that I use to keep up with all of the ongoings in it, all right? So like, for example, here you see here, CV Sciences announced expanded distribution partnership with the vitamin shop. So these guys got their product in 515 vitamin shop stores, okay? I'm going to also treat this video as an introduction to CBD for you guys, even though I was planning on doing a separate video, and I will be doing a follow-up to this on the Penny Stock VIP, going into depth about CBD. So just for your own information, CBD is another, right here, you see this, cannabidiol products. It is just another chemical compound that's involved in marijuana, right, in cannabis. So there's the psychoactive part of it, and I'm not going to get too scientific, so you know, you don't have to tune out. You can listen. It's pretty simple to understand. It's just two things. One, there's THC in cannabis, which is the whole psychoactive part. That's the thing that makes you get high. That's that whole involvement, right? That's the illegal portion. But then you have CBD, which is another compound found in the cannabidiol, in the cannabis plant, and so you extract it separately. But recently, it's been exploding across the web because it's able to be, people are able to put it into these different, you know, soft gels, drops, capsules, and actually sell it and distribute it. And it's not THC, right? It can usually CBD contains anywhere from 0 to 0.003% or something. So a very, very minimal amount of CBD, but it's been getting very popular, and it's been a product that people have been slowly getting more interested in. So it started off in the West Coast, but it's definitely been moving east, and you're going to see that you're going to hear about CBD a lot more. So you can kind of think of them almost in the same sector, right? Because you have your THC and then you have your CBD. But I would just be wary that you understand that CBD is a different end product that's extracted from the cannabis plant. Okay, but still important to understand, you know, this new Cannabis Ventures. It's also an app you can download on your phone. You get notifications every day when they drop new material. I just think it's cool to stay in tune with the industry. And, you know, I just wanted to make sure that it's clear that a lot of the industry right now is actually in a decline. Okay, so you want to keep an eye on the change that's going on, and definitely be careful with your investing here. Okay, if you're into shorting, it might be something to look at, right? But again, this isn't investment advice. What I will say is that at the time of this recording, right, October 2019, there's a very interesting dynamic going on because a lot of the vaping epidemic is going on now, where people are, you know, unfortunately dying because of the, you know, random illnesses that are coming about from vaping, right? So now that that is occurring, these companies are all in trouble, even the big ones, right? So let's take a look at one of the, you know, very, very fundamental old school stocks, which is MO, Altria Group, right? The reason this is very popular is because this used to be mixed with Philip Morris, which is, you know, the major tobacco company that we all know. So you can see that just in the last year, even it's doing almost 25% down. If it started the year or about a year ago, it's at $60. Now it's at $45. That's about 25% decrease. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on. The growth has definitely slowed down at this time. So even though cannabis stocks, it's hyped, it's very speculative, it's always going to be volatile. I just want you guys to make sure that you're hedging your risks properly, okay? Just because it's similar, it seems like it's like the .com era all of a sudden, you know, the stocks are not performing in the same fashion. So it is possible that the bubble for now has passed in cannabis, but I am sure that over the long run, there'll probably be some further gains to it. But of course, I would not recommend using that as your, true north. So again, that was kind of my primer into the cannabis industry. I wanted you to understand the market, right? Understand the products, understand the growth is happening because of the legalization, okay? And also understand that currently everything is going down in it. And you can see here, Cannabis News. This is a great, actually, news aggregator, Barchart.com, to be able to keep up to date with certain sectors that you have, because they have a whole ton of sectors in here that you can kind of break out and keep track of. So that was kind of my 101 on cannabis stocks. If you do have any questions or want me to analyze any specific stocks, then please leave a comment below, or feel free to email me at admin, that's ADMIN, @inpennystock.com. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys next time.